So if I want something in life, this is how I go about the investigation of how to get it, which I have a really good success rate with. I'm very grateful for the skills and abilities that I have. So when I want something, I look at it and I ask myself why I don't currently have it, right? Because the number one piece for creation is desire. So I have desire, right? I want this thing, this new way of making money, this new job, this new kind of relationship, this new sexual life, this new whatever it is that I want. If I was already in vibration with it, it would have come to me. I would have it already. And so the first part of setting goals for me is spending time really looking at myself and doing honest self-assessment and figuring out where I'm not a vibrational match, where I'm not the person who could achieve this. Mike Posner says something I love in a podcast with Andre. And he says, I like to set goals so big that the person who I am now can't achieve them, that I have to become a different person in order to achieve that thing that I want. And I feel like that's sort of the process that I use. He put it into such great words, right? Looking at how am I not yet the person who can create this, attract this, call this into their lives, whatever words you use for that process. And so, for example, right now, I'm looking at a few different areas of my life where I want to make changes in the next year and trying to decide how to best move forward and what action steps to take. And this isn't a mental process. This isn't, oh, I made a mind map in 1 hour at a workshop and I've got my thing, right? This is like sitting with this question while I'm doing the dishes, while I'm cleaning the cat box, writing about it, and really letting whatever needs or wisdoms or information from my body or my different mindsets so that I don't waste time once I start moving forward. And I think as a life coach, this is one area where I see clients really stumble and they come to me and I get it. Action is what goes there. And we start taking action right away. But the most powerful action that we can take in those first couple sessions is getting you aligned with you. And for some people that's easy, and for some people that takes changing jobs. And so sometimes the goal becomes a different goal. And that's what I do internally for myself on the inside. I go, okay, so you say you want this thing, but this has to really change first because of the way you're built or the amount of energy you have, or right, something that is unique to me. And that's why personal growth and development is so unique to every single person, because we all have a different footprint that we're putting into it. So some of the goals I'm thinking about taking on this year are getting out of the system. Like when I look at the world right now and I see, for example, I go to the store to buy bread. That bread has 10 times as much gluten as it needs to because they want to make it more shelf stable, right? Higher profits, this huge food system. And so my body gets inflamed and poisoned because of that gluten. And then I go to the doctor and then I get on medication and I feed this prescription machine over here to heal something that could be totally solved by my food not poisoning me. And I don't want to be a part of a lot of the pieces of what the current system is. So I'm looking at in my life, how can I exit that system? In what ways can I remove myself and create stronger community around me, live more locally, buy all my food locally, and really put my footprint down here. Of course, my business is on the internet, so it's an odd combination, and I think a lot of us find ourselves in this new world where we have to be so connected outward to the whole world, right? What you and I are doing, making money on social media, right? Making money on the internet. And yet, in order to not lose ourselves in this really odd way of being that we're learning for humanity for the first time ever, right? Like, this is such a crazy, powerful, cool time in history for this. And we have to be rooted back in that balance and in that self. And I think my goals will serve their purpose, or this particular goal of not only getting me out of the system, but helping me connect deeper to the self that I need in order to be successful out here on the land of the internet. So that's one goal that I'm considering, is how to get out of the system. The other goal that I think I'm going to take on is, I don't even know how to phrase it as a goal. Like, I guess I always want to be doing whatever gets me back to feeling like me. You ever have those moments where, I don't know, for women, it's probably like laying in the tub with a candle and a bubble bath, and you're like, oh, fuck, yes, I'm back. I feel myself back here. I can handle this. Like, right? Like, sometimes life is just survival mode, and you don't feel connected to yourself, and then you touch yourself again, and you're like, oh, okay, fucking good, yes. And then you lose yourself again. I want 2025 for me to be about doing whatever it takes to remain in that space. And I know for me that looks like eating right, exercising all the time, being outside in nature, developing community, positively speaking to myself and believing in myself, right? All those mindset things. And I believe, or I have a suspicion, that if I do that, all my other goals, oh, I want to increase my revenue each quarter in both of my businesses. I want, right? I want to lose 10 pounds. I have all these other mindy goals, very specific ones. But something is telling me that if I invest in whatever it takes for me to be connected and operate from my connected self, like, the rest is history. I don't even have to worry about the rest. And it feels to me like for a long time I've been trying to like put the pieces together down here, and I'm like, yeah, let's just go to the source. That's going to be the easiest thing. Let's get up here in alignment, and then all of this is going to get in alignment, instead of trying to like align this and align this. I don't know if that makes sense. So that's one of my goals. I think the third goal that I'm thinking about taking on is becoming a fucking Jedi master of the application of my energy. I want to so deeply know myself and what gives me energy and what takes away energy, that I can sculpt my life to fit me so perfect that I'm using my energy for like 90% things I'm fucking in love with and that feed me back. That's how I want to spend my energy. And the only way that I'm going to have enough energy to meet all these desires that I have for myself and my life is to not waste a single fuck. Like, every amount of my energy, if it was aligned and purposeful, I can't even imagine what I could accomplish. And so that is the other place where I really want to put my energy, is go, okay, as an introvert, I can be around exactly 6 people a week, right? If it goes over 9, I need 2 days of rest the next week. Like, what is my exact recipe so that I am like mastering, you know, if you want to say like, maybe it's clay, mastering the creation of this life of mine and molding it exactly the way I want to. That would be, to me, being a Jedi Knight of the application of my energy. And I think would be a fucking fun way to live. So I might take that on as a goal in 2025. I might take more. I usually stick to like 3, but really I want to invite you to just come along with me, because I think when we share how we're doing things, not in a list of do these 10 things and you're gonna achieve this, because frankly, to me, a lot of that's BS. Like, there's bits of wisdom in there, but without the unique application to self and without the deep, accurate self-assessment, all your tools aren't going to work, because they're not deeply enough connecting to you and exactly what you need. So anyways, if you want to follow along and listen to me while I talk about how I change my mindset in the frigging moment when it's really hard and all my feelings are screaming at me to just, right? How I go on that, pitch when everything is screaming that I'm too fat, too ugly, too stupid, and not educated enough. If that's the kind of shit you're into, watching somebody go through that and hopefully learning something yourself and taking my experience in life and my passion for personal growth and being able to see where it fits you, and you'll grow too. And I think it could be a lot of fun. So I want to invite you along this ride of watching Mindy meet her goals in 2025.